Hello, my name is Ken Baldwin, and I am the Executive Director of the National Posture Institute. This is an informational video on the National Posture Institute's Posture Analysis Pre-Con Workshop that will be taking place at the Medical Fitness Association Conference in Orlando, Florida. I hope you enjoy the informational video, and if you have any questions, you can contact us at info@npionline.org for information on registering for the pre-con workshop. Thank you. Of what I'm looking at from an anterior analysis. So I'm looking at, is their chin level, our ears level. I talked about that triangle between the ear, shoulder, and going back in towards the sternum area. So we got a little triangle action to see where the balance is in the upper trapezius. Next thing we're looking at is the shoulder height. Are they level here? Usually somebody's going to have one shoulder higher or lower than the other. Then from the shoulder, you're drawing your eye down to where their elbow alignment is, and then from their elbow alignment down to their hand. They're all tied together. See they're level, and then you're feeling to see if they're if there's any extra protrusion. Because when you're looking for, there could be like a leg height difference, and then also any type of rotation too. When I look at the shoulder, we want to understand where the middle deltoid is and the anterior and posterior, so there's balance between all three units. So the way her shoulder is right now, it's pretty good. So most people, they're going to have that internal rotation, so you have to kind of understand where, if you just want to internally rotate, just see where those fibers are going to be lie. They're going to be coming forward like that. There's drawings like people putting stuff on a shelf, digging ditches. It's like all these things that you're vacuuming, and you rate your ability to do that. And then so let's say on a scale of 1 to 5, and you can see these different activities. Oh, I see it advanced. So here's some drawing. These would be drawings that you'd see. So on a scale of 1 to 5, let's say 5's the best, and you've got a client that's 3.1, and then they indicated they have pain in their life, like in their lower back. And then when you look at some of these activities, like getting in and out of the car, something like that, those might be difficult tasks where, hand dexterity may not be a problem. So I think this is really important. I call this pre-resistance training. Why is it pre-resistance to do goniometry measurements? Because they don't have weights in their hand, but what do they have? They have their own body weight, and they're fighting gravity. So, somebody's got to be able to have strength to be able to lift their leg up to do that, right? Somebody has to be able to have some range of motion when we do trunk flexion testing, trunk extension. They have to have some strength and flexibility, and they also have to have some body awareness. Okay, let's just go through the basics of the goniometer. So this is going to be the centering point. This is the arc in here. One arm is going to be called the stability arm. So it's going to be the one where you're holding on to. You're going to take a nice hold. And like the positioning, depending on what I'm measuring, I usually kind of hold it around the middle. And then the movement arm is the one that, I kind of keep my thumb and index finger. I kind of just use that as a guide, so you get a feel for it after a while. And the thing is, when you're holding on the stability arm and you're actually somebody's going through a movement pattern and you're measuring it, you want to make sure that your centering point, and this are staying in the position in which you started at. This is incorrect here, this is correct, and then the range of motion she's lifting upwards, that's as high as she really needs to go. So I was just demonstrating it. She just needs to go up that high, and then she goes back down to that point. And it doesn't look like much, but it's like, here we are, we're right here, just going straight up, and she's going right back down to good posture. So when she goes back down, she's not going down where she's rounding out her body. So can you tell the difference? So imagine doing 15 or 20 repetitions like that, and you're holding 50, 80-pound dumbbells. That's where kind of technically we want this shoulder. We want when we talk about 4 points and where the shoulder should be level. So if we just have her just by keeping it down that point, these muscles in the neck are going to be tightened and shrink because now they're lower. Remember we talked about that. If they're down low, they're going to be tight. And then this area, the rotator cuff's not in the position to really train it properly. That's going to help you prevent any injuries. So we want to make sure that her shoulder's up higher, okay? And that if we look from the side here, I'm going to turn you like that, okay? Okay, stop. See where the shoulder and the elbow are? See how they're forward? So we want that guy to be back a little bit more. Good, and then we're going to bring your hip like that. So that's where, so if we had Dimitri kind of move that way, and then we're going to just pivot you like this. Okay, then just retract a little bit more. And then we're gonna bring that elbow back. So if you look down when you're training by yourself, use the mirror, try to make that at a 90-degree angle. Okay, and now you're gonna I'm gonna palpate the posterior deltoid. So you're gonna go back, so you're gonna come up to the side slow. Good, hold it there, and then you come back in. And pause. So see how it just kind of shift forward? So after every repetition, we're gonna bring this back, and you're gonna restart. I hope you enjoyed watching the informational video of what will take place at the Pre-Con workshop with the Medical Fitness Association conference. If you're interested in registering for the Pre-Con, please click on the link on this screen. Thank you very much.